All right, so let's just get right into it. It's actually not that hard to get ahead of 99% of people using AI. Why? Because most people, they're using it all wrong. They ask a basic question, get a generic, totally useless answer, and then they just give up. But what if I told you there are a few key techniques, a specific sequence that can turn AI into like your most powerful strategic partner? Well, there are.
And really, this right here gets to the heart of the problem. We've all been there, right? You ask the AI for something, and what you get back is just a jumbled, frustrating mess. The tough truth, though, is that the AI is often just a mirror. It's reflecting what we put in. A messy mind creates a messy prompt.
So the big question is, how do we fix that? How do we clean up our thinking before we even talk to the AI? That's exactly what we're going to break down here. We're going to walk through a structured system that will totally change how you work with AI. And honestly, it's going to give you a massive advantage.
So, first things first. The first step isn't about writing a better question. Not at all. It's about giving the AI some context. I mean, if it sounds like you're talking to a stranger every time you open a chat, it's because you are. You've never properly introduced yourself. We need to fix that.
This is where the concept of a master prompt comes in. Think of it like this. You're briefing a world-class travel agent. You wouldn't just walk in and say, "Book me a flight." No way. You tell them everything, your favorite airline, your budget, whether you like a window seat. The more context they have, the better trip they'll plan. A master prompt does the exact same thing, but for your entire professional life.
Now here's the really clever part. You don't have to sit there and guess what the AI needs to know. You flip the script. You get the AI to interview you. Seriously. Just ask it to act as a world-class business consultant and have it ask you all the questions it needs to build a comprehensive master prompt. It'll ask about your company, your goals, your values, everything it needs to know to become your perfect partner in crime.
Okay, so now the AI knows who you are. That's a huge first step. The next layer is teaching it how you think. This is where you get to control the format and the style of every single response, so it stops sounding like some generic robot and starts sounding a lot more like, well, you.
So let's be clear about the two big ideas here. The master prompt, that's the who. It's all that deep context. But custom instructions, that's the how. That's all about your default formatting preferences. And the analogy is perfect. It's like setting your home address in your Maps app. You do it one time and then you never ever have to type it in again. For AI, this means you can tell it, hey, always use bullet points or never use stuffy corporate jargon. You said it once and it remembers forever.
Now we get to the real engine of this whole system. This is the core workflow that's going to help you generate amazing results, and not just once, but consistently. We're talking about creating reusable assets that actually become your own unique intellectual property.
But before we jump into the workflow, we have to talk about a tool called the canvas. You know how in a normal chat, if you type a new prompt, the old response can just, poof, change completely? Well, a canvas is different. Imagine a Google Doc that lives right inside of ChatGPT. You get a first draft, and then you can actually chat with the document to tweak things. Make that paragraph a bit shorter. Hey, change the tone here. You're refining, not starting over. It is a total game changer.
Okay, these 4 steps, this is the secret sauce. For real, you start simple, get a first draft, and you immediately save it as a canvas. Then you refine it, you tweak it, you go back and forth until it is absolutely perfect. But then, here's the magic trick. Step 4. You turn to the AI and you say, give me the single prompt that would create this perfect final output from scratch. And just like that, it reverse engineers your whole messy process into one flawless, reusable command.
And that's why this is so unbelievably important. That system prompt you just created, it's not just a little shortcut. It's your expertise codified. It's a valuable proprietary asset that captures a unique process, a unique style, a unique way of thinking that only you have. This is the new IP.
So, you've got your master prompt, you're building a library of amazing system prompts, but where do you put it all? How do you keep it all organized so you're not starting from scratch every single time you tackle a new project? The answer is project folders. And the best analogy I've heard is a physical war room for a project. You walk in and the blueprints are on the wall, timelines, notes, key decisions, everything is right there. You are instantly immersed in the context. That's exactly what a project folder does for you inside ChatGPT. And you can create these for pretty much anything. The example from the source material was incredible. The speaker wanted to analyze a home purchase in Cabo. So he created a folder and uploaded everything. Documents from his real estate agent, his financial advisor, you name it. And suddenly,
The AI had all the context it needed to help him compare options and make the best possible decision. This is how you take all that mental clutter and turn it into a focused, powerful decision-making machine.
All right, this brings us to the final step. And honestly, it's the most powerful one. This is where you stop just doing the work with AI and start having AI do the work for you, automatically, and at scale.
Custom GPTs are the grand finale of everything we've talked about. You take your absolute best, most polished system prompts, and you package them into a standalone tool. You can think of them as your own personal army of AI minions. Each one is trained to do one specific, repeatable task, and to do it flawlessly. You build it once, and you can deploy it or even share it with your team forever.
So just how powerful is this? I want you to look at this number for a second. 27 minutes. What on earth could an AI possibly accomplish in just 27 minutes that would be so impressive?
That's what it did. A custom GPT called Book Architect was told to write a book on the concept of time, from the perspective of the entrepreneur, Rob Dyrdek. In 27 minutes, it scanned the entire internet for everything he'd ever said on the topic and produced a complete, structured book filled with his quotes and stories. That is the insane scale we are talking about here.
And this really puts the whole productivity leap into perspective. Look, using standard apps might save you a few minutes here and there. Getting really good with system prompts, yeah, that can save you hours. But building your own custom GPTs, we are talking about a tool that can save you days of work. It is a completely different universe of efficiency.
And when it comes down to it, that's what this is all for. The goal isn't just to be more productive for the sake of it. The goal is to automate the 92%, all that grunt work, the research, the drafting, the organizing, so that you can pour all of your energy into the 8% that is uniquely human, the strategy, the creativity, the final artist touch, the you part.
So this is the question this technology really leaves us with. When all the heavy lifting is done for you, what high-level, creative, and strategic work are you going to choose to focus on? Because that 8%, that is your true value. And mastering these tools is what's going to give you the time and the space to finally unlock it.